Hey guys, what's going on? It's RC Knockout and I am back with another video. Now, if you're new to the channel, my name is Nolan. In today's video, I have got an upgrade that is much needed for my Traxxas Slash 4x4. So, overall, this is a very durable machine. One of the most reliable machines that I own, time in and time out, when I bash it. But there is one major flaw with this machine, and that is the drive shafts. So let me come close to the camera and I'll show you what I mean. So guys, this right here is a stock Traxxas Slash drive shaft. And here's what tends to happen to them. They're just plastic. And what tends to happen, it twists and it breaks the actual outdrive, the piece right where it connects at the U-joint. I don't know what this is called. Like the yoke. I guess this would be called the yoke. So it breaks that. And then you're left broken. It can break down here, but it seems much more likely to break right where it comes out of the differential. And since these are plastic, that just continues to happen. Happened multiple times. Here's another one. They just break, as you can see. Now, I made a video probably 4 or 5, I don't even know at this point, 6 months ago, reviewing these drive shafts right here. Now, these were cheap ones that I got on eBay. And, well, basically, these fell apart in the first run. Basically, I got the pin back in there, but the issue was, I don't know if you guys can see, but there's this little spring retainer that goes around, and it basically holds that pin in. This pin right here holds that pin in, which then holds this piece in, which then connects to your drive shaft, or to your differential. Now, the issue is, as you're driving it, this spring retainer tends to move a little bit. I don't know if you can see that, but it'll move, and the pin, which is under here, will work its way out. And it's very frustrating because even if you have it over it, they tend to constantly work their way out. It's the same type of concept. So you basically, it breaks more or less. It's not technically broken, but it comes apart right at the top part at the joint. The other issue with these was you can't use the stock wheel nuts. So these are actually like an 8mm. They're bigger than the stock ones, which I didn't like. It was annoying. And I couldn't run them with this wheels either. So that was kind of annoying. So there was issues with these. And these, like I said, are only like 18 or 20 bucks on eBay. That's why I would highly recommend you stay away from these type right here, these telescoping ones, especially the ones that have these retainers. So if you see these clips, these little small coil of little wire around it, which is about all it is, around each end, these are the ones you're going to want to steer clear from. You really are, because these ones have tons of issues with the pins flying out of them. I mean, you could maybe glue over this and maybe keep the pins in, but I mean, it's just very difficult to keep the pins inside of these without them coming out. It just can't hold it in place. It can't hold the pin in there. These move, and the pin works its way in between these little spring retainers. Now, I was going to upgrade to MIP drive shafts. I was looking online at the price, and I saw they were like $130, $140 for the fronts and the rears. So I'm thinking, that's a lot of money. I mean, I realized this RC cost a lot. This was about a $400 RC, $500 when I bought it. But I really didn't want to spend that kind of money on drive shafts. So I'm like, is there a cheaper option that's better than these, but isn't as expensive as the MIP ones? And online, I found these on eBay. I found these hardened steel ones right here. And these right here for the whole set of 4 for the front and the rear cost $75. So $74.95 or $74.99. And I typed in hardened steel. So they're hardened steel. And the main thing is I wanted to make sure they have a joint here, an actual U-joint. So these actually have U-joints like the original drive shafts do. There's an actual U-joint here, which is a lot better because it's a pin, and I'm hoping the pins will stay in on these. So that's why I'm willing to give these ones a shot. So these ones, we're talking 75 compared to this, costing about 20. This probably cost about 2 to 3 times more than these ones, but these are still half the price of the MIP ones. So if these ones fail on me, then I probably will go MIP because I've heard nothing but good things. It's just they're so expensive. I just want to figure out, is there a cheaper option that will hold up to the brushless power of the Traxxas Slash 4x4, which is why, like I said, I got these, and that's what I'm going to do today, guys. I'm going to install these, and hopefully when I run this RC, these hardened steel ones actually stay together, and hopefully they're actually a quality part. And if they are, then I'll definitely recommend them to you guys. But you guys are going to have to stay tuned. Also, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell if you want to see the running video with this and see how these hold up in the long run. So I think let's jump right into getting the old ones off and getting these new ones on. Alright guys, let me get the body off of my Traxxas Slash. And it's pretty simple to replace these drive shafts. So what we need is a wheel nut, wrench. We'll start with the rear ones because we're right here. Almost. There we go. Got that off. Wheel off. Simple as that. Now I need something to pop. I got a little flathead. Need to pop this little hex off. Let's see, is that well lit enough for you guys? Looks like it. Alright, so I need to pop this hex off right here, which just get a little screwdriver behind it, and then it reveals this pin, which then you can pull the pin out, and there's a little like washer that goes right up against the bearing. But the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen up this one right here, which I believe is a 2mm. Yes, it is. So this upper camber link, there we go. And let's see what size I need. I think I need a really small one. You got to get up in here and get this little one out, which, okay, I would guess this to be a 1.5 mil. That would be my guess anyway. This just comes out like such. Unscrew that, and that's the vulnerable point right up there. Right up there is where they break, which is the problem. Okay. And that comes off like such. Once you get that off, then this will come right out, and don't forget about that washer that's right on this side. You don't want to lose that. That goes right up against the bearing, and there you go. The rear one's out. And these ones, like I said, they're notorious for breaking. Let's move this back a little bit. This thing's having problems focusing. These right here are notorious for breaking, because as you can see, they start to, just from the torque of the machine, the U-joint, since it's metal, just starts moving a little bit. Starts moving a little bit inside of that cup, and then what eventually happens is it breaks one of the ears off. That will happen with this one too. You can already see it's starting to get a lot of play right in here, and that's just going to cause things to break. It actually has more play down here, so one of these will fail. There's a lot of play here. This one's probably really close to breaking. So that's why we're replacing these guys, because almost every single run I'm breaking these stock drive shafts. On the whole RC, it's probably the biggest flaw with the whole RC is that. Alright, want to make sure I get the right one, so just look like such. And like I said, you can see the U-joints. I don't know what holds these in. I'm going to want to actually maybe back those out. I don't know if I'm going to back them out. I just want to make sure they're tight. Let's see how tight are they in there. Okay, they're very tight. Okay, that's good. So it's an actual, like, grub. I don't know if it's a grub screw, but it's something that's a grub. 1.5mm grub screw or pin that goes into there. So that's a much better setup already. I do have a little bit of thread lock because this is metal going into metal. So I will get... Ooh, got this caught. There we go. Get that out of the way. Which way are the threads? Okay. We can put this right through the bearings here. Like such. And let me find the part that has the threads. Which side has the threads? Alright guys, I dropped that. I finally found it. Jeez. This is hard to see on the floor here. So, still has a dab of thread lock on it. Let's just get it in there. That's what she said. And get it tightened down. Oops. Make sure that stays together. Make sure that that goes all the way through and seats down in there. There, that's tightened all the way, guys. And then we can bring this back around, put a dab of thread lock on this bit right here, and that of course is a 2 mil. Get this tightened down like such. Good. Is that bright enough for you guys? All right, got that one in. Now we just want to make sure that we get all the bits back on. So starting with this little washer that goes right up against the bearing, we'll push that on like such. Then we will put the pin through right there, and then the hex right over the pin, which you should hear pop, snap. There we go, and it's on. And just like that, guys, one of them's on, and they look really nice. So let's get this wheel back on, and we'll switch to the other side. Actually, we'll probably switch to the front. Get this wheel tightened down, guys. I'm really hoping these ones hold up, guys, because I'm tired of, blowing through drive shafts. And there's no really good ones, it seems like, for a reasonable price. So I'm hoping these ones actually are. I think we'll do a front one, guys. There we go. Get the wheel off. And this, basically the same thing. I think we just need, this is a 2 mil right here. Let me move this a little bit so you guys can see a little better. That one comes out. Oh yeah, I can't forget to push the wheel hex off. There we go. Oop, don't want to lose that pin. Losing pins on the floor. It took me like 5 minutes to find the last one. Can we get this out like now? Yep. Wasn't sure if I could get that out without removing that rear link, but looks like we don't have to. Now I just need to get in here and get that 1.5 millimeter grub screw out. Whoops. Trying to keep my hands out of the way, guys, but not doing the best job. Need a needle nose. There we go. That one's out. And this drive shaft is out. And as you can see, same thing's going on with this, where there's quite a bit of play going on at these U-joints. Alright guys, now that we have this one, this is a front one. I just made sure that these ones are tight right here. These grub screws that hold this together, because last thing we want is these coming apart. Now this one can slide through like such. Starting to push the bearing through, no big deal. This front one's a little bit tricky to get to, actually. A little bit tricky to get that grub screw in there. And once again, I will put a dab of thread lock on the threads of this. And let's not drop this one. Come on. There we go. Finally started to slide in. That one's tight. All right, guys, now just that, put that 2 millimeter back. Let's see which hole. It's in the top hole, because there are 2 different positions that you could put it in. Goes through the top hole like such, and we got the 2 mil to thread it back in. Now we have that little washer that goes right up against the bearing. Gotta get that on. Now we have the pin, which I don't want to drop. Got the pin in, and then we have to put the hex right over the pin. There we go, and that pops right on. Now the wheel can go back on. All right. And there we go, guys. What do you guys think? How do those look? They look pretty good. Those look real nice. Hopefully they hold up to the test. Obviously we got to test them, and if they hold up, then these will get my recommendation as a cheaper option to the MIP. If they do not hold up, then next step is probably going to be the MIP drive shafts, because I'm tired of dealing with cheap drive shafts that come apart, and I'm also tired of dealing with the stock ones. So, alright, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. Also subscribe and hit the notification bell, so then you'll be notified when I come out with other videos, which I will, obviously running this machine and testing out these hardened steel drive shafts. Real quick, I wanted to show you the listing on these. So let's see, they were $74.99. They are under 110 Traxxas Slash VXL 4x4 hardened steel drive shafts CVD. So $74.99 for the set of 4. There's other listings that have them like in sets of 2s, but it looks like these came from Jamaica, New York. I think the distributors are from Jamaica, New York, and Brooklyn, I believe. So yeah, $74.99. I will try to leave. I'll leave the link in the description below on these. I just want to show you in comparison with the MIP drive shafts real quick. So here's what I found, and this is a pretty typical price right here. So there's the MIP drive shafts, front and rear, MIP X Duty, front and rear CVD kits, Slash, Rally, Stampede 4x4. And yeah, that's just $137.95. So this is still roughly half the price of these, but if these ones don't hold up, then it would have been all for nothing. Just want to show you that that's in comparison compared to the original ones I had. Basically all of these ones. All these ones are like $12, $15. This is the type right here. All these ones that have these spring clips right here, those bits. You want to steer clear of these ones, guys. And that's basically all of these ones. All of these ones are the same type right here. They all have that. So if you look through these, even these ones that are silver, you look, focus, still has it.